Okay then, hello and welcome to this is going to be video number 2, getting ready. I'm calling this. So as always, this is the hopefully you watched the previous video before coming here. And as always, go ahead if you want to go ahead and follow me on GitHub, visit my website, email me if you have any questions and stuff like that. Now, in this video, I am going to be talking about how to get yourself ready. When I say getting ready, I'm talking about getting your computer ready, getting everything ready for the coding thing. Now, in my opinion, being a developer means just having the right computer, having everything in place to get started. Okay. And now, for example, like, of course, I'm assuming you already have a laptop or something. A lot of times people ask me, what kind of computer is good for programming? I always say, especially for a student, I mean, I use a gaming PC for coding. It is like an overkill, but you have no idea like the number of tools we use. Like I have two monitors here, I have a third monitor as well. So when it comes to coding, it does make a difference if you have a powerful computer. So buy the most expensive computer you can buy. That's the advice I can give you. So if you're on a tight budget, then buy the best laptop you can buy on your budget. If money is not a limitation, then get yourself a gaming PC. Windows is good. Mac is also good. Get a MacBook Air, MacBook Pro. Get a Mac Mini or an iMac. A gaming PC. I use a HP. I also have Zotac. So really, the whatever is the most expensive computer you can buy, just get that. Okay. Laptop is good if you are traveling a lot, but if you are going to be at home, if you're a student or something, and if you have access, if you're able to, then I always recommend desktop computers when compared to laptops and everything. But again, it's really your choice. Now again, number of monitors, the bigger the better, the more the better. So I use 3 monitors for my work. It is really right now I am recording this, right? So obviously I need 2 monitors because on my second monitor, which is on the right side, I have my OBS running, I have my notes, I have my example code and all that. So I need at least 2 monitors, whereas I also have a third monitor. So yeah, 3 is a good number of monitors to have. But of course, if you have just a laptop, again, it's all budget related. So, or if you're traveling a lot, then you can definitely just do everything on a single monitor. Totally up to you. So that is about the PC, purchasing thing. Oh yeah, I think I should definitely mention that, yeah, PC, laptop. Yeah, so there you go. That's let me just go ahead and turn this into a slideshow. Current slide, yeah. Oh, not this one, sorry. So there you go. Yeah, that's the advice about me. Even a used computer is fine. It's fine, but as long as it's not more than 3 years old for web programming. In terms of RAM, I would say 8 GB is good enough. On a Mac, 8 GB is good enough. On Windows, I would recommend at least 16 GB. Like the gaming PC I have right now, it is 16 GB, which I think is the bare minimum because, of course, it's a gaming PC, so a lot of the processing work is done by the GPU, which has like some 12 GB. So I'm fine there. So the more RAM you have, the better. Same thing, with computers. The more powerful computer is, the better for you. Obviously, you should have a good internet speed. If you don't have the home internet, then 5G. If you have 5G, like if you're in India, 5G is relatively cheaper, and you can get that. You can use that as well. But otherwise, yeah, anything about 25 Mbps, 50 Mbps is good enough. Again, if you're using a laptop, then you don't have to worry about power cuts and stuff like that. If you're using a PC, then I would recommend you buy a UPS. I use APC. They have this model. I'm gonna just tell you right now. APC BR series. They're quite expensive, but they're really worth it. They protect your PC. That is the only model I recommend. APC, the BR series. I think it's BR 1100 something. You know what? Let me just show the exact model. Hold on. Let me just show you. Yeah, APC backup 1500 G. Let me just get that. Yeah, there it is. This is the one, APC Backup Pro. Yeah, let me just get the website here and show it to you on the screen what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. I'm just getting it now. This one. This is the one I use. I've been using this since 2012. Yeah, this is so this is the model. I have many of them. I've been using them for more than 10 years now. Very, very nice, very, very good. So if possible, this is what you should buy. Even if you have a laptop, it's really good for your laptop as well, especially for your monitors and everything. So see if you can get this if possible. Okay, so there you go. That's about my advice about purchasing or buying a computer for coding, right? But like I said, depending on your budget, okay. And of course, you don't buy everything at once. Okay, start learning and then don't buy these things at once. Like in the beginning, just start with a laptop, and then once you are getting serious about it and everything. Another thing is, I mean, how many hours of coding should you do? Like whenever, I mean, I do a lot of private tutoring, right? I do a lot of private tutoring. That's really how I make most of my money. I really recommend my students like a minimum of 4 hours, a maximum of 10 hours of sessions, like teaching sessions. So if what I'm saying is, like, if you don't have a tutor, like if you're just learning with my YouTube videos or any other tutorial or bootcamp or something, so ideally you should be spending anywhere from 4 to 6 hours or 8 hours or 4 to 10 hours, 4 to 10 hours with your learning and with your tutor or in a bootcamp or watching video tutorials and things like that, and then another equal amount of time practicing. So let's say, for example, when I have a client, they are taking 4 hours of sessions with me, I tell them they should practice at least for 4 hours to 8 hours. So that is how you should go for it. So that is really how it is. I mean, if you're a student, again, you'll have other life responsibilities and everything. So in a week, anything from 10 to 15 hours for learning coding is a good amount for you to feel like you're learning something and you're making a progress and stuff like that. So I will keep talking about this in all my videos. I'll jump into it. So we'll do that. Now, next thing is, let's move on then. Let's move on from there and go to the next one, which is the GitHub account. So I already showed my GitHub account before. Let me just bring it back up again on the screen here. So make sure you go to github.com. Let me just show you how it would look. I can't create a new account in this video because I already have my account. So you gotta go ahead and sign up, fill up this form and everything. It's very straightforward. Just fill up your form and then create your GitHub account, and you should have a GitHub account. I have my GitHub account here. It's very useful. It has all my links and everything. As always, if you visit my GitHub account, please go ahead and follow me and everything like that. So first step is you need to have GitHub account. Next thing is VS Code. So I believe I already made a video. In fact, let me just go to my YouTube channel here and let's see if I can, hold on. There it is. Okay, so there you go. This is my existing YouTube channel already, and I've made a lot of videos about how to use GitHub. There's an entire playlist. There are some 10 videos right now. So so go ahead. I'll put this playlist the videos are there on YouTube. I mean, you're watching this on YouTube, so you can just go to my YouTube channel and check out that playlist, but I put the playlist in the description as well. So this has a lot of videos, a lot of details about many GitHub workshops and GitHub tools, how to install GitHub, how to make your GitHub account look good, all kind of stuff, and also with VS Code and everything. So give it a try. Okay, so give it a try, but the main thing is make sure you have your GitHub account working. So VS Code is the editor that we'll be using, and I'm sure you already know this. Everybody uses VS Code. I also use VS Code. Let me just get that here again. I put the link in the description. So there you go. Let's get that right. So there you go. Just download. This is Visual Studio, not the purple. This is for C#. I'm not teaching C#, although I do teach C#. I do plan to make some videos for that also. Hold on. What happened to the PowerPoint again? It's okay. Let's just don't worry about that. So right then, there you go. So you're going to want to install VS Code on your computer. So how does VS Code look? It looks something like this. There it is. So make sure you're logged in with your GitHub account. That's another reason why I mentioned that you need to make sure you have your GitHub account already, because in VS Code you want to sign in with your GitHub account. This is very useful. I mean, I use multiple computers for work, so I want to make sure that all my work settings are synced, right? Like extensions, other settings and stuff like that. So I want all of those things to be synced. So that is why once you get into VS Code, you make sure you go ahead and turn on the VS Code thing. So we'll be using VS Code on a regular basis in our videos. So I'll be showing you how to use VS Code, what are extensions, not a problem. We will do that later. So that is about VS Code. Now let's keep going. Now next thing is Git Essentials. As I mentioned, I've already made a lot of videos on how to use GitHub. Oh, where did that go? Oh, did I close it? Hold on, let me just get it back. So I'll put the link in the description. So please go ahead and watch all of them. Now it might seem like it's a lot of videos, but you're now about to learn programming. So spending a lot of time is, well, essential. So that is the story. So please go, and of course I'll be using Git on a regular basis in all my videos. So you can learn by watching the pre-recorded videos before, or you can learn by watching as I do it, but you still need to configure GitHub. So you really need to watch this setting up GitHub video. Even if you skip it, at least the first video, you must watch it, because that shows you how to set up Git on your machine. So there you go. So we will worry about, I'll put the link description there. So make sure your Git essentials are up to speed. It will take a while for you to learn all the Git commands. Okay, so again, that's a investment of time. Now these three things are important now, right? Now I told you in the previous video that the plan is you are going to be building the 2 projects at the end of all these videos. I plan to make a lot of videos, and at the end of these videos you will be building 2 projects. The first project is this one, NASA APOD fetch only, and the second project that you'll be building is, let me just get the link for that as well. Hold on. So you'll be building this one. So 2 projects. You'll be building the Bootstrap Vanilla.js version, which is NASA APOD project, and then you're also building the Redux Toolkit version, the NASA APOD project. But how can you go ahead and run this code, run this project on your computer? Now, I will be showing it to you again in a future video, but now let me just go ahead and run them anyway. Just show you how to get these projects code on your machine. There are many ways of doing it, and we'll go ahead and do all of them. Okay, and please practice along with me as you do this. Again, some steps you may not be able to do it right away, but sometimes you should be able to do it, because they're just click here, click there, and things like that. So first, let's go ahead and do that. Now, how to download and run my code from GitHub. So let's try that. So let me go ahead and create a new slide here, and here I'm going to say downloading GitHub code. Okay, and there are 2 ways of doing this. Option 1, downloading the zip folder. Okay, this is option number 1. So let's give it a try. So I'm going to go here. Let me close all these things, close all these things, close all these things. Let me open this. So first step is, I put this link here on the description, so please check it out. First thing is, I want to go to my profile. Okay, there it is. So this is my profile, and if I scroll down, I have my folder here, front end for students. So I'm trying to show you the first option, which is downloading the zip folder. So let's go ahead and click here, and forget all this, go directly to the option download zip. So depending on your internet speed, this will take a few minutes. So there you go, that is downloaded. Now let's go ahead and open that. And then here what I want to do is, so I have the download folder, that's the code, right click and extract and extract. Okay, there it is. So here, now I want to go to there are 2 projects, right? There are 2 projects. The first project is the Bootstrap version. So I'll go into this folder, then I'll go to Bootstrap for students. Again, there are many folders, and I'm interested in this one, NASA APOD fetch only. So there you go. Now that's it. This is the one I'm talking about. So right click and show more options, and then open with code. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, this is the project. Okay, and select index.html, right click, and here you'll have an option called show preview. Now here, just remember, you have to install the extension called live preview. Okay, so again, that YouTube video I showed you, told you about before about GitHub and VS Code, that shows you how to install extensions, but I'm sure you can figure this one out on your own. Just go to extensions and just search for live preview, and then it'll come up. There you go, and then install it, and that's it. So now coming back, so I'm going to go here, I'm going to right click and I'll see an option called show preview, and then that's the website. See the monkey. Now I can open this in a browser, so I'm going to copy. This is the top part. This is called URL. I use Chrome for my classes. Okay, so I recommend you also use Chrome. I used to use Firefox, but in React, it seems like everybody is using Google Chrome. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll also use Google Chrome. So there you go. So let me just bring it on the screen. So the project is running. So what I did was I copied this URL and then I went here and then pasted it. Okay, and that's it. That's the project. So now let's see what happened. This is a photo I took myself in one of my travels. So let's go ahead and click on that. And now what will happen is the image will come from NASA. And there it is. It works. So that is how you go ahead and run my project on your computer. That is option number one. Now we can also do the same thing with the React.js. So let's give it a try. So once again, I'm going to go to React.js for students. This is the one, Redux Toolkit. So I'm going to right click, show more options, open with VS Code. And here, this is a little bit complex. This is React.js, a little bit different. We'll talk to, we'll worry about this later. So even if you can't do this step, that's okay. So I'm going to say npm install. Okay, there we go. Don't worry about what npm is. Don't worry about what install is. If you can, just give it a try on your machine. If it doesn't work, don't worry. We'll worry about React.js later. But still, I'm going to show just in case you're curious on how to learn it. There you go. So it's done. Then all I have to do is npm start. Okay, there you go. So now what I'm going to do is hold on, something is funny is happening. I need to stop this. Okay, there you go. Again, I'm going to get Google Chrome here. There you go. Again, ignore the attractive woman. Let's go to developer tools here. Okay, and then I want to go to APOD, get NASA data. And there it is. You can see the data is already here, and there it is. That's it. That's how you go ahead and run. So there you go. You have both the React.js and the Vanilla.js Bootstrap version. Both the projects are running. So that is option number one. So you can download the zip folder, and then you can run the Vanilla.js project with live preview extension, and then you can run the React.js project using npm. So that is one way you can download, you can run my code. So that is what I was talking about. Now another way of doing this is you can clone GitHub code. This is the recommended way. So this is the recommended way. Now to do this step, you have to finish all the steps as per the GitHub video. Look, as I said, I have this video here. I'll put the link in the description. So only if you have finished this video, setting up GitHub, VS Code, and Firefox. So let me just put that in the only if you have finished all the steps according to this video, only then you'll be able to do this step. Otherwise you cannot do this folder at all. So let's go ahead and try that. So I'm going to go back here. Now obviously on my computer GitHub is already working, so same thing, go back to my account, go to front end for students. Okay, and then here same button, but instead of going to the download zip, you are going to clone this. And then you will come, right now I'm just going to clone it to the downloads folder. You can clone it wherever you want. Okay, so it's really up to you where you want to clone this. So I'm going to go to the downloads folder. There you go. Right, I'm going to right click and then I'll open the terminal. And then here I'm going to type git clone. And then I'll say like this and download. Once again, depending on your internet speed, this will take a few seconds. Sorry, I was just getting some water. Okay. So once it is cloned, same thing, just like last time. Open this one, right click, and then you can go to the folder, Bootstrap for Students. Just like last time, just go to this and then right click, open with VS Code, and then right click. Yeah, you can trust everything, it's fine. It's your own computer, you can trust it, it's fine. And then you can just say show preview, and there you go. And then you can take this link and then you can open this in your Google Chrome. So same step like last time. So how to run, that part is same, that doesn't change. But what changes is that you are cloning. Like in the previous step, you just downloaded the zip folder, which is okay, nothing wrong with it, which is good like in the early days of your coding. Get some water here. But ideally, this is the recommended step. So I really recommend you watch this video. Now I could go ahead and show you how to set up GitHub, VS Code, and Firefox and all that. There I'm showing using Firefox. Here I'm using Google Chrome. But the thing is, setting up, you can only do it once. If I want to show those steps again, I have to reset my computer. I mean, the setting up of GitHub and things like that, it can only happen on a new computer. So that is why I'm not able to show you right now. I'll show you how to use Git. That's fine. That's totally fine. However, configuring and setting up GitHub can only be done on a new computer, or I have to use a virtual machine and stuff like that. So I would highly recommend you go ahead and watch this video, where I have given detailed steps on how to do it, on a new computer. So there you go. So that's something, please go ahead and watch it. So that is the two ways you can download and run my code on GitHub. Now there are other ways as well. Now there is something called CodePen. There's something called Code Sandbox as well. So let's give it a try. So the next thing is, now if you don't want to do any of these things, the computer setup and all that, this is the recommended way. That is all I'll be teaching. But if you really want to, you can do all the things that we are doing directly on CodePen. So let's do that, right? So if you go back to this one again, let's go to Front End for Students, and let's go to the project that we'll be building at the end of this series of videos. So the project is, there you go. So you'll see that I have put a link called CodePen. So if you don't want to do any of these things, you can directly code in your browser, directly do all the learning in your browser. No need to set up GitHub or Git tools or VS Code or any of those things. Just directly do all your learning in your web browser. Very, very straightforward. Okay, same thing applies to Code Sandbox as well. The Code Sandbox is mainly for React.js. So in both cases, you're doing everything in your browser. Now, some people I've seen a lot of people who do even professional developers who are able to do all their coding in their browser. So it's not something which is impossible. So whatever is you're comfortable. I myself prefer doing everything using VS Code and Git and on the PC. That's how I like to do things. But if you want to do everything on the browser, that is totally up to you. So if you go here, again, you can see here, just right click, open this in the tab. Create an account, log into your account, easy, not a problem. And then what you can do here is, that's it. There you go. You get your editor. You get your editor. That's it. And you can code here itself. There you go. You can code right here. You can code here, and you can see the output comes in the bottom. You can also open the output in a new tab, right? And you can put this on the right side. You can put this code on the left side. I know a lot of people. There you go, like that. You can make it bigger, make it smaller. You have the console right here, right? And then you have, of course, can you also open developer tools here, right? You can do the same thing with Chrome. That's I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be using Chrome. Hold on. So there you go. Yeah, there it is. You can check everything out. Not a problem at all. You can do all the coding directly in your browser, directly on CodePen. See, it works. See, it works. So there's another option. Same thing with Code Sandbox. So if I go back to my project here again, let me close this. I go back to my GitHub, go back to the React.js project. This one was Bootstrap, Vanilla.js. So let's go to React.js here. I go here. This is the project we are going to build. So again, you can directly go to Code Sandbox. This looks a little bit more complex because, you know, React is a framework, so it looks a little bit more complex, very different. But again, there it is, it works. So again, just like last time, you can open this in a new window. There it is. You can keep this on the right side. You can keep the coding on the left side. You can close this. You can close the preview. There you go. Just like your computer. You don't, you know, this is VS Code actually. So there you go. And it works. There it is. You can do all the coding. Everything is here, just like your computer. So at the end of the day, it's really your call how you want to. And also, I have a YouTube video for that also, like how to use Code Sandbox. Let me see if I can get that. Hold on. There it is. So there you go. I do have a video called how to use Code Sandbox. There it is. Okay, let me just put that in the PowerPoint. For Code Sandbox, I did make a video on how to use it. Oh, what happened? Okay, yeah, there you go. So this is the YouTube video. I put the link in the description. So go ahead and give it a try. So there you go, my dear students. So this is how you get ready to start coding. You need to have all these things. I mean, one of those things, you know, ideally you should do everything on your computer with VS Code and GitHub and stuff like that, with 2 monitors at least and stuff like that. But a lot of limitations can be there on each person. We do not know what facilities are available and not available for a specific person. So that's what it is. That is how you go ahead and get ready to start coding, and hopefully you will build what I'm trying to teach you how to build. So we'll be worried about that later. So that's the story, and this is where I sign off. Thank you.